Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Staff Sergeant Derek Stultz, narrator of the United States Army Field Band. On behalf of the men and women of the organization, may I say that it is indeed our pleasure and privilege to be performing for you tonight here at our home, Fort George G. Meade. We think we have one of the best jobs in the Army. We travel all over the country, over 15,000 miles a year, from the biggest cities to the smallest towns, in veterans' homes and schools, connecting with students, and of course, playing for wonderful people just like you. We get to go where the Army isn't, to tell the story of the Army, to connect with you with your Army, and to represent the professionalism and excellence of all the soldiers doing amazing work on our behalf all over the world. It really is an honor to serve and, again, to be here with you tonight. We continue now with a march by noted American composer and conductor Edwin Franco Goldman. Goldman moved to New York City to study composition with the famous composer Dvorak and began his performing career playing trumpet with the Metropolitan Opera Orchestra. He then went on to found the Goldman Band, for which this march became a standard. To lead the band in Chimes of Liberty, please welcome the 9th Commander and Conductor of the United States Army Field Band from 2007 to 2011, Colonel Retired Thomas H. Palmatier. Godspeed is one of Stephen Malillo's key works. With its triumphant introduction and lush middle section, this spirited work is yet more proof of Stephen Malillo's stunning prowess as one of America's most prominent modern composers. The field band, back under the direction of Colonel Jim Keane, performs Stephen Malillo's Godspeed. Many of the Army's most famous marches come from the field and are based on songs originally associated with Army regiments. Gary Owen is one of the most memorable and oldest. Its jaunty strains have accompanied men of the cavalry from the days of Custer to the hills of Afghanistan. Featuring our own Staff Sergeant Promotable Sean Owen on penny whistle, we present the official march of the 7th Cavalry Regiment, Gary Owen. This year, Fort Meade celebrates its 100-year anniversary. Known today as a leader in cybersecurity and military innovation, Fort Meade was once home to Generals Patton and Eisenhower, the Hello Girls, the U.S. Signal Corps' first bilingual female switchboard operators, and during World War I, it became a base to hundreds of thousands of troops known as doughboys. These brave soldiers were the parents of our greatest generation, and we are forever grateful to their service and sacrifice. The band and chorus present this doughboy tribute to the heroes of World War I. And now, please welcome to the podium our Associate Bandmaster, First Lieutenant Alexandra Borza.
sweethearts, wives, and mothers, it won't take us long. Don't you worry while we're there, it's for you we're fighting for. So goodbye, Broadway, hello, friends, we're gonna help you win this war. Keep the home fires burning while our hearts are yearning. Though your lands are far away, they dream of home. There's a silver lining through the dark clouds shining. Turn the dark cloud inside out till the boys come home. Mademoiselle from Armentières, parlez-vous? Mademoiselle from Armentières, parlez-vous? Mademoiselle from Armentières, she hasn't been kissed in 40 years. Rinky-dinky, parlez-vous?
With him I flirted, I confess, parlez-vous. But he got revenge when he said yes, parlez-vous. And oh boy, he went over the top because he had no place to stop.
Rinky-dinky, parlez-vous?
Nights are long since you went away. I think about you all through the day. My buddy, nobody quite so true. Miss your voice, the touch of your hand. I long to know that you'd understand. My buddy, your buddy misses you.
Franz von Suppe composed his operetta Light Cavalry in 1866. And while the staged work is rarely performed, its overture has endured as a favorite of audiences and orchestras around the world. While the name may not sound familiar to many of you, we have a feeling that you might recognize the theme from cartoons such as Looney Tunes and Symphony Hour featuring Mickey Mouse. And now, please welcome to the podium the 10th Commander and Conductor of the United States Army Field Band from 2011 to 2014, Colonel Retired Timothy J. Holton.
Good evening, Fort Meade. How you doing out there? You enjoying it? It's nice. The weather got a little bit better. Not sweating so much, probably. I am First Lieutenant Alexander Borza and truly honored to serve as officer in charge and conductor of the Soldiers Chorus. All across the country, this elite choral ensemble performs as a separate component and in joint concert with the musical ambassadors of the Army. In addition to traveling with the concert band, the Soldiers Chorus performs in concerts and interactive clinics in schools and universities throughout the country. You may also have seen us on television. Yearly, we do PBS's National Memorial Day concert on the steps of the Capitol each May. This past year, we performed at renowned venues such as Lincoln Center in New York City. We even collaborated with the New York Pops in Carnegie Hall. How cool is that? Yeah. This past July, we performed and made some music with the Boston Pops on Bloomberg Television for hundreds and hundreds of thousands. I would like to take this moment to recognize a particular soldier. He is the longest serving member of the U.S. Army Field Band with 30 years of dedicated service and continues to set a great example of telling the Army's story to all of us. This will be his final concert, so please help me recognize the longest serving soldier, Sergeant Major Bill Gabbard. He will conduct our last piece. Please enjoy these next selections with this beautiful weather and help me give a warm applause to the Soldiers Chorus.
Did my Lord deliver Daniel, then why not every man?
Did my Lord deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel? Did my Lord deliver Daniel,
Deliver, why not every man?
did my Lord deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel? Did my Lord deliver Daniel,
Deliver, why not every man? He delivered Daniel from the lion's den, Jonah from the belly of the whale, and the Hebrew children from the fiery furnace, and why not every man? Hallelujah!
did my Lord deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, yes, deliver Daniel? Did my Lord deliver Daniel,
Deliver, why not every man? The wind blows east and the wind blows west, it blows like a judgment day. And every poor soul that never did pray will be glad to pray that day. Hallelujah!
did my Lord deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, yes, deliver Daniel? Did my Lord deliver Daniel,
Deliver, why not every man? I set my foot on the gospel ship, and the ship it began to sail. It landed me over on Canaan shore, and I'll never come back anymore. Hallelujah!
did my Lord deliver Daniel, yes, deliver Daniel, yes, deliver Daniel? Did my Lord deliver Daniel,
Deliver, why not every man? Hallelujah!
did my Lord deliver Daniel,
Yes, deliver Daniel. Yes, deliver Daniel. He delivered
my Lord deliver Daniel,
from the lion's den,
and Jonah
from the belly of the whale, and the Hebrew children from the fiery furnace. Every man, yes, he did. Deliver Daniel from the, oh yes. Every man, yes, he did. Deliver Daniel from the, oh yes, he did. Tell me why not every man?
Soldier, soldier, will you marry me with your musket, fife, and drum?
Oh, how can I marry such a pretty girl as you when I've got no hat to put on?
Off to the haberdasher she did go, as fast as she could run. Bought him a hat, the best that was there.
And the soldier put it on. Soldiers, will you marry marry me? With your musket, and fife and drum. Oh, how can I marry such a pretty girl as you when I got no coat to put on? So off to the tailor she did go as fast as she could run, bought him a coat, the best that was there. And the soldier put it on. And the soldier put it on. Soldier, you marry me with your musket. Will you marry me? How can I marry such a pretty girl as you when I got no boots to put on? I got no boots. Off, 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 off she did go.
As fast as she could
She ran right fast.
bought him a pair of the best that was there.
And the soldier put them on. Oh, soldier, soldier, will you marry me with your musket, fife, with fife and drum?
Oh, how can I marry such a pretty girl as you?
But I got no pants to put on. So off she did go, as fast as she could run, and she bought him a pair, the best that was there. And the soldier put them on. Soldier, soldier, will you marry me with your musket, fife, and drum? Well, how can I marry such a pretty girl as you? With a wife, with a wife,
With a wife, with a wife,
with a wife, wife, and 3 kids back home. What difference if I hail from north or south, or from the east or west? My heart is filled with love for all of these. I only know, I swear with pride, within my breast, I thrill to see old glory paint the breeze, the breeze. This is my country, land of my birth. Yes, this is my country, grandest on earth. I pledge thee my allegiance, America, the bold, for this is my country, to have and to hold. This is my country, land of my choice. This is my country, hear my proud voice. I pledge thee my allegiance, America the bold, for this is my country, to have and to hold. This is my country, to have and to hold. America, 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 America.
We invite you to connect with us before you leave tonight's concert by finding us and following us on Facebook. Hopefully you've seen the 3 million new likes we have over there on our Flip Finder. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. You can also watch more live performances by the musical ambassadors of the Army by downloading the Periscope app and searching for @FieldBand. We also invite you to visit our website, armyfieldband.com. There you'll find our complete concert schedule and can listen to and download music from each of the field band's performing groups. That's the concert band and soldiers chorus you're hearing tonight, America's big band, the Jazz Ambassadors, the six-string soldiers, and many of our small ensembles. If you care to write us, we ask that you refer to your printed program where you'll find our complete mailing and email addresses. We would so appreciate hearing from each and every one of you. We continue now with music from the Big Top. After nearly 150 years of entertaining and creating memories with the greatest show on earth, Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus closed its doors in May of this year. Ladies and gentlemen, we present Thunder and Blazes. During the swing era of the 1940s, groups like the Andrews Sisters and the Glenn Miller Orchestra churned out hit after hit, none quite as recognizable as Pennsylvania 65000. The title refers to the phone number of the Hotel Pennsylvania, home of the popular big band nightclub Café Rouge in New York City. Prior to the use of area codes, the first two numbers of a phone number were called the exchange code. The Hotel Pennsylvania's exchange code was 7 for P and 3 for E, followed by 65000. That same phone number is still in use today and is the oldest continually used phone number in the United States. Now, Pennsylvania 65000 is on the soundtrack of Our Greatest Generation, so we'd like to recognize you now. If you served during World War II and are a member of Our Greatest Generation, please stand now or give us a wave. Help us to recognize their service and sacrifice. Listen now as the band performs Pennsylvania 65000.
Pennsylvania 65000.
Well, what a privilege it is on behalf of the soldiers of the United States Army Field Band and Soldiers Chorus, on behalf of our jazz ambassadors and our six-string soldiers, our whole team of tremendous professionals that we have. It is a true joy to be here at home at Fort George G. Meade. Thank you to our Garrison Commander, Colonel Tom Rickard, and all the support that he provides to us and all the great work that he does to build this world-class installation. We appreciate all the folks who make this concert possible and who help us every day. Thank you very much to you all coming out tonight. This is a very special organization, as you know. In these past 2.5 years, I've had the privilege to travel through 39 states with this group, over 27,000 miles across the roads of the United States, visiting small towns and the biggest cities in our country and around the world. It is a true privilege to carry the story and the message from those who serve, all those veterans from all services who serve on our behalf right now. We have people who are deployed in over 140 countries on our behalf right now so that we can remain free and so we can enjoy this beautiful evening. I think we should give all those people who are standing guard on our behalf a hand right now. It is now my privilege to introduce to you the 7th Commander of the United States Army Field Band, Colonel Grogan. He has been one of the greatest supporters that I can possibly tell you about. Colonel Grogan has been a person since, 1991 to 1999. He served as commander of this organization. And to serve as commander that many years, he's traveled all 50 states with a group, over 100,000 miles on the road, and he's still an ardent supporter. He is one of the greatest, I think he's one of my greatest advisors. He calls me up and he says, this is what you're doing right, this is what you're doing wrong. And we all need mentors in our lives just like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, please invite Colonel Jack Grogan to the podium as we present to you your Armed Forces salute. Colonel Jack Grogan.
Thank you, band. And chorus. Here we go.
United States Coast Guard. States Navy.
Anchors aweigh, my boys, anchors aweigh. Farewell to foreign shores, we sail and break on day. We will our last night on shore, bring to the floor. Until we meet once more, here's wishing you a happy voyage home.
The United States Marine Corps.
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. And we fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marines.
Your United States Army.
First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. And it's high, high day, the army's on its way, down on the kings on its throne. For wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along.
Aunt Sousa's Stars and Stripes Forever.
What is America to me? A name, a map, a flag I see, a certain word, democracy. What is America to me? The house I live in, a plot of earth, a street, the grocer and the butcher, and the people that I meet, the the children in the playground, the faces that I see, all races and religions. That's America to me. The place I work in, the workers by my side, the little town, the city, where my people lived and died. The howdy and the handshake, the air of feeling free, the right to speak my mind out. That's America to me. The street, the house, the room, the pavement of the city, or a garden all in bloom. The church, the school, the clubhouse, the million lights I see, but especially the America to